here. So today I'm going to review From the Ashes by Jeremy Burns. This was last month's Shelf Addiction Online Book Club read, and this was also my book club in real life's book club read. This was a pretty interesting read, let's just say that. It is a government conspiracy book. So if you're into those type of things, I think this book would be right up your alley. For me, I have to admit it was a slow start because I don't really care for conspiracy theory books. They're not my first thing that I'll grab, or second or third or even fourth. But since it was a book club read, I just, dived in. And it did take me a while to get going on this book, I have to admit. I feel like it took me maybe 40% before I really felt vested in the story. But I'm glad I continued on and pressed forward because things really started to pick up pace at that point, and I really started to relate to some of the characters. For example, John and Mara, they are the main characters on the hunt to find out what happened to John's brother. Mara is John's brother's fiance, and together they realize that his brother and her fiance did not commit suicide, but he was murdered. And they are on this what do you call it? Kind of like a scavenger hunt of sorts to figure out what happened to him and what secret he had uncovered and why they killed him and who killed him. So it's a whole, like I said, it's a government conspiracy. So as the things start to unfold, we meet several agents who have been brought into the division, which, by the way, the division is the government, the section of the government that they call this group of people where their job is to protect the secret and keep the secret hidden. And the division kind of reminds me of B613 if you watch Scandal, because they're very powerful, they're very villainous, they go around killing people, assassinating people, trying to keep secrets. And that reminds me of B613 from Scandal. And it wouldn't surprise me if that type of thing really exists in the real world, but that's a whole nother story. But anyway, so this division is trying to keep this secret, and John and Mara are on the hunt. They have a little bit of help from a colleague of John's brother, and they're off. They go to New York and they follow the clues, and as things become apparent and revealed, we have glimpses between the past and the present. So as things are explained, sometimes it gets a little wordy, sometimes it gets to be a little excessive, like the explanation of the past. It ties into the Nazis, it ties into Hitler and Rockefeller and I guess our government and the German government. I'm not going to tell you exactly what they were trying to hide because that is part of the story, is to reveal, what exactly is this big secret that John's brother was killed over. But as it all becomes out, it's very interesting, and you can tell that there is some true situations tied in with fictional situations, and it's interesting to try to sort out what's fiction and what's real. On another note, the characters were pretty interesting. I liked John, I liked Mara, and they were a great team working together. But I also liked that we got to see some points of view from several other agents, like Wilkins, who is a newer agent that is brought in at the beginning of the book. Ramirez is this kind of a crazy agent who is just a little off his rocker. And then we get to see Greer, who is the head of the division. And because this book is told in third person omniscient, we get to see what is going on in all of these different characters' minds, what they're thinking, what their motivations are, and that really helps pull everything together. So, with all that said, what would I rate From the Ashes by Jeremy Burns? I would rate it 3 out of 5 bookmarks. Like I said, this wasn't my choice of a genre. I'm not used to reading these type of books, and it did take me a little bit to get into it, but once I did, I was happy with the end result. At times I did feel it was a little bit too much history given, but ultimately it was probably important. It was important to the story. So it was good. So 3 out of 5. And that's all for this one, you guys. Have you read From the Ashes by Jeremy Burns? If not, I do recommend it for a book club read. It did provide us with lots of things to talk about. Let me know if you end up adding this to your TBR list if you haven't read it. And that's it for today, you guys. I'll see you in my next video. And until then, happy reading. Bye, guys.